Okay, I'm going to show you what I've laid out here in my little palette bowl. I've got the raw sienna, the unbleached titanium, the black, and the white. Now when you're working with black, unless you want a full-on deep black, you're always going to need just a little bit of it versus another color. So 2 to 3 parts white to a dot of black just to make it a gray. So always keep that in mind. Don't put out more black than other colors. Put out just a little. You can always add more, but black is very, it's very difficult once you've got the intensity down. It's always easier to add intensity to a painting versus to try to lighten it and lift it up. And I have tried to do that several times. It's a difficult process. It can be done, but it takes multiple layers. So just try to lay down light colors and then intensify as you go. So a mist on my canvas. This is very good and dry, so I'm going to go ahead and mist it. Again, always mist a canvas when you know the paint laid down is good and dry, has been dried for several days. Otherwise, put a little water on your brush and do it that way. Mist marks will leave spots and holes and start eating into paint that hasn't fully cured. A little mist on my actual palette. I have just a little bit of water. I'm going to start with my raw sienna, and I'm going to bring that in up here, lay that down. Water. Really want to just get kind of a nice pretty background here. Again, lay down light, add intensity on the layers as you move up versus trying to lighten it after laying down a fully intense layer. It's a lot harder. So I'm just putting this color down because this is sort of our background that I'll be building up. It doesn't really matter if I get a full-on 100% good coat because I'll be laying other layers on top. And I kind of like when I don't have a full-on good coat in the background. It adds a lot of visual interest in the background. All right, next layer I'm going to do is my unbleached titanium. Pick that up. That's kind of light. Oh, put a little too much water down. So see, there I did a mistake. You can see. But that's okay because this washy background is going to be really good for that. I want a real sort of watercolor wash blend. I'm going to pick up a little of the titanium white I've got to lighten it up and bring that down in here. And I like that kind of washy blend that I've got going on between the two colors. I'm going to take one of my utility blending brushes. Always fan out your brushes. Do a little bit of blending just on the edges here. Don't really want to pick up a lot of paint and move it around yet, so this is good. A little tiny drop of black, tiny drop down here. It's pretty intense as you can see, so I'm going to add some white, a little of the unbleached titanium. I really want a gray. Blending it up, down. Then I'm going to take my blending brush and that is what I'm looking for. Bringing it all the way up. I want this very blended in the background and bringing the colors all the way down. Okay, so at this point, I know I want a little darkness kind of in this area in the background, a little more depth for the final look that I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down Again, I'm using a very small brush because this is a small canvas. If you were doing this on a large scale canvas, you would want to use a larger flat brush more than likely. Unless you want the really small brush strokes, and it's just easier to cover, obviously, a larger portion of canvas with a larger brush. So if you're going to be working small, it's fine to just have a good selection of small brushes. If you know you're going to be transferring some of these to larger pieces, you're going to need larger brushes. All right, so that's where I'm at with the first layer. It's a graduated look, kind of washy. Moving from the raw sienna, the unbleached titanium underneath, and then the gray. A little bit of depth over here. I might continue to finesse this a bit off camera. And then we're going to go ahead and lay in some layers with some glazes on our next episode or slide, whatever. Okay.